Daisy Thomas with
Daisy, good
Top
morning.
of the morning to you all. Happy Monday.
First weekend off for you in a while.
Yes, correct. I didn't play this weekend, unfortunately. Good for my body, though. I can actually move coming in here today, which is nice.
We were just talking off air about some of the highs and lows, and we liked Adelaide-Melbourne as just, if nothing else, a close one.
Yeah, nothing else, just a close one. And look, just a good reality check for the Melbourne Football Club and its fans. Because the Tigers have passed, they've started to really strut, which is understandable. Nobody is strutting more at the minute than the Melbourne supporters around this great town of ours, and with good reason. 9-0, very nice start to the season.
Oh, yeah.
However, just the air of arrogance they were starting to get. And you know what? I said a few times throughout the season, this is a game they might drop. And they were starting to prove everyone wrong. They were starting to get a little bit scary.
Yeah.
And, well, thankfully, they went over to Adelaide and just old habits die hard.
What did you think of the deliberate?
Well, watching it live, I was about to call another game, and watching it live, I thought, oh no, they're going to get stung here. But one of the shows last night, they zoomed in as they do with the technology. I think it might have been Kingy and Joey Montagna who were all over it, and he actually handballed it into Spargo's hand. So the correct decision was made, but live it looked bloody
Deliberate.
Tony Deliberatore.
Tony Deliberatore. That is gold. Collingwood and Port. I mean, geez, Collingwood just cannot win a trick, can they?
They led for all but 6 minutes in that one.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for them, it was the crucial 6 minutes they didn't lead for. 1 point loss. And a dubious decision late in that game. Brodie Grundy at the half-forward line, ball thrown in and got absolutely pulverised by his opposing ruckman. Should have been a free kick. Landed, pushed him in the back, then landed in his back. Play on was the call. Port Adelaide then took it up the other end. Good enough to hang on in that one, but not great. The Pies sitting 16th on the ladder with just a couple of wins for them.
They'll burn the club down, won't they?
Hopefully not.
Yeah,
It's not. They've probably got insurance, so maybe have a go. Who gives a shit?
The natives will be restless.
Oh, why not? They've got to do something to spark the joint up.
Any truth to the rumour that Eddie is a puppet master working behind the scenes?
Geez, I'm not across that one.
Just
Will?
toss that one in
He
for
asks
you.
me every morning.
Does he?
You haven't signed the petition, have you?
No, I haven't. Any truth to the rumour that Ross Lyon's going to be coached? So you keep pushing?
Let's find out.
Because you keep asking me to sign that petition you're running.
In the box seat.
Now time for the best part of the week. We don't have a stinger yet, but I'm sure, Will, you
How
can...
come we don't have a Steve?
Look,
Have it,
well,
babe.
because you've got a bloke who sits here and just happy to be a part of the show and not do his actual job. So we'll move on to that.
Well done, Daisy. Fair call.
I'm the top loser this week.
I'm not going to defend Will.
No.
And nor should you.
Not until he tells me whether there's a puppet master behind the scenes at Collingwood.
The biggest or the first loser, just starting off in the one spot this week, I go on with the Tigers.
Yeah.
Not great up there against the Lions on Friday night footy.
What are you thinking?
Well, they've just slipped out of the 8. They're sitting 9th at the minute, a position they're all too familiar with. Everyone who isn't a Tiger supporter just having a bit of a chuckle with their ladder position this week. Marlon Pickett, of course, got a week as well for clobbering someone. So
They've got a couple of ins this weekend, though. Cochin's back, I think.
they do. And I think they've got the Crows as well. So that comes at a timely time for them. But of course, we know that Adelaide aren't any pushovers at the minute, but they're just sort of going at the minute, the Tigers, and not being in the top 8. We'll see how this one goes. The Pies, they're the second loser of the week.
That's hard.
16th, as we said, led but all 6 minutes in that one. And they just cannot win. They can't kick a score that's good enough to win.
No.
Excuse me. 58 points yesterday, and I think they had almost 30 of those in the first quarter. They kicked 4 or 5 goals. So
The first half of that game, I was just following the scores on the app. I was like, what, 30-7, 30-14? I'm like, God,
21 degrees, no wind, beautiful day, bathed in sunshine was the MCG, and Port Adelaide couldn't kick a goal in the first term. Just yuck football. And the D's, I gave them my biggest loser of the weekend,
Did
although
you?
it's not panic stations just yet. To lose to
Adelaide.
the Adelaide Crows over there after staring down potentially 10 and zip, which would be unbelievable.
one that got away.
It certainly was. And look, it would be remiss of me not to just bask in their defeat and start a bit of a pile on. So
Yeah, I agree.
bad luck, Melbourne.
North didn't make your top 3.
They don't. They almost need to be relegated. We sat here last week and you said they might only get 3 wins in the next 3 years. I reckon at the minute that's a big call. I was forced to sit through that game yesterday and commentate it and try and do special comments for that.
Could they get relegated to Hobart?
Well, maybe. I'm not sure if Hobart want them at the minute, do they?
No, well, not if the crowd size is to go by.
Anyway, Bad luck, North Melbourne. Tough for you, obviously, still just basking in their own win from last week.
Yeah.
Probably their first and only.
They really took the foot off the gas.
Well, they did, and they let us all down. I got sucked into it. I was doing specials yesterday. I said, they're coming up against the Bombers, who are a young emerging side, and they didn't fire a shot. But anyway, we'll move across to the winners. Now,
who are the winners?
Well, I've started with a couple of individual blokes. Clayton Oliver, although he was in a team that lost, he had 27 contested possessions, which is a record for that football club, and he has 9 of the top 11 contested possession numbers in the history of that footy club. So,
he's hard at it.
Although he was in a losing side, he was unbelievable. And Aaron Norton, he beat the St Kilda Football Club off his own boot by 1 point in that game of the Western Bulldogs v St Kilda. So, well done to those two boys.
Bulldogs are just going about it beautifully.
They
at the
are,
moment, aren't they?
They've almost got cheat mode on at the minute, watching them live. Their ability just to handball the ball, get someone out, and then lace a forward out is as good as football at the minute as you'll probably ever likely see. Of course, do yourself a favour, Friday night footy, get yourself a nice cup of tea, maybe something stronger, and just nestle into Melbourne taking on the Western Bulldogs. The second biggest winner was the Lions up there against the Tigers.
Good win.
After the start to the season that they had, where they were zipping 3, only just got a win against Collingwood after the bell, they're really starting to hum along. So
And they powered home. We watched the end of that,
Yeah.
didn't we?
you guys were all out on the Terps, weren't you? Just having a lovely time.
We
It's just a real Marty Sheargold team building team. No, thanks for the.
We invited you.
Did not
Jace.
get the text. Didn't get an email.
No, we invited
it's,
you.
That's good. I really. You didn't invite me, and I'm flat about it.
I feel like Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah, it might have been Riewoldt.
Well, it might have been Nick Riewoldt we invited. Sorry, Dace.
And
we want you at the next one.
yeah, no, understandably. Well, I was going to do me third biggest one, but I reckon that'll do me for the day. You can all go get stuffed.
The Marty Sheargold Show. Triple M.